we got to get going.
Let's say Amanda.
Oh.
Okay, good. Remember, you're gonna have to turn their legs at some point.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So good. Hi, y'all. So here's our last of our knee series. Okay. We'll go right into it. Okay. Because I'm on a really tight schedule. So remember, 1, 2, the shoulder blades. 3, the abdominals pulling in, or the corset muscles, if you will. And then 4, the diaphragm breathing muscle working. While I maintain 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, good. And then also the weight-bearing alignment, right? We want to avoid this singly or doubly. We want to avoid everything rolling in. We don't want that, okay? So, yeah, good. We want that straight line, hip, knee, foot. Now this is important for the knee and important for knee exercises. If you're like this and you're exercising through the knee, not good. So, okay. And that's why the belt exercise. The belt exercise is to promote that. Pressing out while you maintain the 1, 2, 3, 4. What was that? Okay, and you're pressing out against the belt. You can feel these muscles activate. What was that? Is that you, Amanda? Okay. Yep. And while you maintain that with the belt, you see you do this exercise. Notice I'm still pressing out through the belt, pressing out through the belt. I'm pivoting on my heels so that my feet line up with my thighs. Or if you will, through my knees. You see my knees pointing in that direction? I want my feet, ideally, to point to the same my knees. Amanda, your sound is on and it keeps coming through. Someone's talking. Okay?
That's disappearing, I hear.
Who's talking? So, to whatever you can do, if a person's like this, to whatever degree that you can do this, is good. But ideally, you want to be straight, lined up, the feet lined up with the knees. Okay? Ideally. So if you end up doing this, as long as you're not at your worst, you want to be.
I mean, I wouldn't want to live there. I wouldn't want to live there. I get island fever.
So you got that knee alignment. So go through the warm-up exercises, the foundational exercises. If you're sitting, you press to get the hamstrings. 1, 2, 3, 4. You press down with your heel into the ground to get the hamstrings. Relax. And then straighten the knee to activate the quads. You should feel it activate right here on the top for the quadriceps muscle, the quad. Straightening the knee. Pressing down, activate the hamstrings. While I'm still maintaining, see that alignment, that malalignment? Still maintaining the alignment. Right on down to the foot. Quad. 1, 2, 3, 4. Try not to lean back. Hamstring. Wonderful thing if you have a long car ride, a plane trip, when the good days come back, the plane trip, you can't get up from the seat, you can still activate the musculature just sitting there. Okay, very good. If you're on a plane and you want to exercise these hip muscles, you can use your hands to press in and your knees press out against your hands. But again, remember the 1, 2, 3, 4. You don't want to be like this, doing that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, good. You can also place the airline pillow between your knees or any pillow or anything, and then squeeze your knees together to get the inner knee muscles. The adductor longus, the gracilis, you can squeeze in against the pillow. Next exercise. With the belt. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4. Line up. Lining up. Pressing out. Now you maintain the same 1, 2, 3, 4 alignment. Hinge from the hip. This gets your body weight over your feet. And then you stand up. While you still press out. And then you sit down. Pressing out. Hinge from the hip to get your weight over your feet. Stand up. Good. And then sit down, still pressing out. Good, Adrian. Good. Yes. If you want to add a variation, as you stand up fully, you raise up your arms to the ceiling as you do this. You can even raise up onto your forefeet as a variation and then come down. It's almost as if you're at a basketball court and you're reaching up to get the ball, or volleyball court. Again, pressing out, hinging from the hip. You can do the variation of reaching for the ceiling and then coming up onto your forefeet, still pressing out. Whoa, losing my balance. Whoa, and then I'll hinge and sit back down. Wonderful. You're practicing good form, good, effective, efficient form. Strengthening from the hips, knees, ankles and feet, shoulders, and so like so. Good. And then sitting down. Notice my speed, always with control. So I can stay in control and create the best alignment. Otherwise, people may do this, fall backward. So that's why you're hinging. Get your weight over your feet. And you do this for everything. If you don't do this you can do this as a formal exercise, but add it through your day so that everything you're doing, getting up from a dining room chair, your car seat, up from the bed, on and off the toilet, you're still practicing this. You don't have to use the belt But the main thing is to get the alignment. Against the imaginary belt, you can press out, and then you get up. You'll get naturally strong because you're building in the proper movement through your entire day. Getting stronger through your day. Okay, very good. Good, Adrian. Very nice. Okay, good. Next. So now you're standing and you're doing the lunge. A light lunge, not very far. The belt won't allow it, but because the belt is still around your knee, you still are pressing out. This one is pressing out. This one is pressing out. So you're getting used to making sure that you're not in real life doing this. Notice how it throws me off? You want that alignment. It makes the quad work even more, getting stronger. It makes the hip, the gluteus maximus, work even more, working with the quad to work for you. If you roll in, that's how we start to lose our balance. Yeah. So that's why this exercise, using a belt, so that you can press out, get used to pressing out and creating that line again. Yes, good. Stepping back. If you have to hold up the belt, fine. I'll just adjust my feet so I can still keep the tension on the belt so it doesn't slide down. And then step again, a light lunge. Can't get very far with the belt. Again, I'm practicing the 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm practicing my foot alignment, pivoting on my heel while I still press out. Ah. Yes. 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 And also what you're doing is you're practicing balance. Mm-hmm. Very good. You're creating a weight-bearing line. The muscles work to hold you up and to keep you from giving way. Good. Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes. Oh, I wasn't counting. How many is that?
Let's say 10.
Okay, 10. Say I did 10. And then switch. Same thing. I'll adjust my feet so I can keep the tension on the belt. Okay. I don't want to adjust my feet so I'm like that. That's not good. Again, so I promote the alignment. And then I'll do my lunge again. Pressing out. Don't forget why you're doing this. It's not just to strengthen, but it's also to promote an awareness of how the muscle should work to support you. Yeah, as if you wanted to lift up your other leg, you're balancing now. That's what it's all for. In the end, you don't even need a belt. You just practice. Once you get used to the pattern, you just make it happen. Oh, ah, there we go. Oh, oh, that's how it happens. Yes, so you're creating that alignment. Belt or no belt. Of course, if you have an exercise band, make sure it's strong enough so that you really have something to press out against. Yeah. So belt or no belt. Of course, with a belt, it makes you can really have something to press out against. But what's it all for? When you actually are out there, outside in the outside world, you have to take a lunge. These muscles have to create and support balance.
Chris, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
So I have a lot of balance issues as well as weak hamstrings and quads. So when I go back in a lunge, I have some trouble how to place my foot. It wants to kind of go out.
Out, right? Like that?
Back foot.
Like that?
The back foot.
The back foot. That's okay.
Yeah, so how?
That's okay. That's okay. As long as your knee is lined up with your foot.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
yep. So notice my knee is no longer lined up with my foot. Okay, there we go. Now you can see it. Okay, and that's a bad alignment. This one is fine, but this one, there we go, that's better. Okay, but this one, see my kneecap? That's a handy dandy pointer. It's pointing this way, whereas my foot is pointing this way. I want it to line up. Okay, so even if your foot's turned out, like in some yoga poses, they have you do that. Okay, this one is lined up, but this one, the trailing leg, you also want that to line up, not have it rolled in, but lined up with the trailing leg. I'm glad we only have 2 knees. I'm glad we're not like an octopus. Keep track of 8 legs with tentacles. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Good. So that's okay, Adrian.
Okay.
The main leg that we want to balance is the one that's forward, because in many things in our lives we have to take a step forward and we have to balance on it. We have to have this support us.
Yeah. I've
Yep.
had a few falls, so that's why I'm taking this class.
Very good. Very good. Good. I'm glad you are. Thank you.
Me
Okay.
too.
I hope you find this helpful.
So far, yes.
Good. I was just with a gentleman, a new person to the clinic. He wanted to work on his balance, and he said, "Oh, this is helpful." Okay, but also training him to 1, 2, 3, 4, because if you're, can we adjust it to show my trunk, Byron? Thank you, Byron. Okay, because if you're relaxing and collapsing through the trunk while you do this, everything wants to just go down and collapse, and you'll tend to just kind of give way. That's why the 1, 2, 3, 4, because the whole body works as a team to reinforce. Okay? And if you truly want to work on balance, you have to work on everything, because everything adds its own percentage to the overall support and balance. Yeah. Ouch. Something. Ooh. Oh, piece of rock. Oh. Probably from someone's shoe. Okay. Yeah. Okay, Adrian?
Okay.
Yeah, that's why the 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the awareness of it. If you relax and collapse while you do the other leg exercises, it's not as effective. Your exercises are not as effective. Everything reinforces. You'll notice even your balance improves when you practice the 1, 2, 3, 4. Very good. Okay, next exercise. And that was with the, oh shoot, I forgot to get the chair. Thanks, Byron. Okay, good. If this was up against a piece of furniture that doesn't move, or the bed, or sink, well, let's pretend that, okay? Byron, I need to show this now also. Good, okay, thank you.
Sorry.
This is up against something, okay? I'm right up standing up against it. Pretend this is like the sink, whether at the kitchen or at your bathroom, okay? This is to show that you don't have to stand away from the sink to allow this. We don't want this knees pushing forward. it puts a lot of pressure on the kneecaps. Okay, we want to emphasize hip. Notice how it lowers my hands. I can even reach into the imaginary kindergartner sink. Notice the 1, 2, 3, 4, the hinging from the hip. Notice my knees don't have to push forward. And hence, that's why this exercise, against the chair. Or, if you like, against the sink. Your feet go right there underneath. Okay, I'm pressing out through the belt gently. Okay, and then I hinge. Notice my knees don't push the chair. If this is up against something immobile, it really illustrates that this does not push forward. And that is the next exercise. Standing up tall, pulling in, 1, 2, 3, 4, hinging like so. Your hands could be in any position you want. You'll also notice in the Winter Olympics, this is the downhill alpine skier position, where they're in that tuck, going down the slope. Okay, this is an efficient, strengthening, balanced position. In ice skating, this is the same position that they're ice skating in. Notice the 1, 2, 3, 4. Notice the hip hinge. It's the same position. Okay, so very good. So that's the chair exercise. Okay, now moving on. Everything builds up on each other, on everything previous. Okay. So incorporate this into your real routine through your life, as if this is a sink. If this is the sink, you could be right up against the sink, and you could still wash your face and brush your teeth. Wash your hands. Okay, we all have to wash our hands a lot. So that's an opportunity to practice the better alignment. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wash my hands. I even wash the dishes this way. Okay. That's the practical application. With everything you do, you're strengthening your knees. With everything you do during the day, you stay naturally strong. That's the practical application. Next exercise. That was, I know you were doing this, Adrian, last time.
Mhm.
Oh, sorry, I'm going a little too fast. The next exercise was, you're standing. It's difficult for many people, and usually is, you're standing next to a piece of furniture that you can place your hand on in case you need to. If you need to, fine. But what you're doing is, you're standing sideways to any piece of furniture, and then you're, notice my alignment? And then you're sitting the same way, right? Imagine that chair there. And then choose a leg, usually the inner leg, to whatever you're standing at. And then reach back. I'm still maintaining the same alignment, see that? As if that chair was here. That same alignment. Oh, thanks, Byron. Okay? Go down as comfortably low as possible, under your control. Step back with one leg. Notice it doesn't change. And then bend the rear leg to kneel. Now, for those of you that are having knee problems or you're not strong, okay, you're building up strength, you go down partially. within your control. Try not to push so hard that you start to lose control. Oh, okay, stay in control. Stay within the form. Stay within the alignment. Oh boy, really works the quads. My weight stays over the forward foot. My body weight stays over the forward foot. Just like if I was just sitting down. My weight stays lined up over the supporting foot. Right? Yep. Oh boy, wow. I really feel it into the quad. If you can, go all the way if you're in control. Now you're in a half kneeling position. Great. Practical application. You're out there at Disneyland. The days are good again. Your shoelace is untied, so you kneel down, tie your shoe. Everyone else has gone on. Reminds me of my childhood. Everyone else has left me behind. Tie my shoelace, and then I get up and say, hey, wait. Okay, so this is the practical application. Also, if you were on the floor, you would have to get up. Right? You start to see it? Ah, yes. Okay. So that was the working on getting down to the floor exercise. Strong quad, strong hip. Still aligned. Still aligned. No, yes. That's why the belt, to get stronger in that function. Okay, now the next exercise. Very good for balance also, Adrian. Practicing the alignment. Okay, stepping up now. The same thing. As if you have that belt, around your knees, you're still pressing out against that imaginary belt because we do not want this. Well, a lot of people are also this. Whoa, you put your weight onto that, your knee is not going to like it. It'll take it only so much, and eventually it'll just give up. See the twist? Not good. Weak. Create the alignment. Imaginary belt. Ah, pivot on that heel to line up the foot. Ah, yes. Now when you put your weight onto your leg, it's a straight alignment. Then back down. Some of you may have to focus on your arch also, because if your arch rolls in, your knee will roll in with it. Of course, we don't want that. So you want to support the knee from below via the arch. If need be, wear a supportive shoe that has a good arch to help support the arch from underneath. That also supports the knee and promotes the alignment. That's why these footbeds can be very good. But you want to be aware that you're doing it yourself, muscularly inside. You're aware that you're doing it. Okay, yes. Ah. How's that feel, Adrian?
Good.
Good.
Hard.
It's hard. And if your step up is, you can make it lower. Yes. Notice the alignment. Notice my 1, 2, 3, 4 also. I'm hinging from the hip to get my weight over my foot, and then I'm straightening up. Yeah. My hands, if you will, I could be carrying food. My hands are just in front, carrying an imaginary dish or a drink. I'm at a cocktail party and I'm holding on to a food and a drink, and I'm just standing up and then sitting down. How does that feel, Adrian?
Hard.
It is hard. If it gives anyone knee pain because the step is too high, then practice the single half kneel and only go down as low as you're in control and you don't have pain. That's another way of approaching that.
Hey.
Okay, so that's another way of approaching it. It's as if you're going up onto a stair.
Hi, Barbara. Fine. How are you? Yeah.
Okay. Very good. Adrian, feel how your leg supports you for better balance
Yeah.
and strength. Yeah, you feel that? Good. Good. Whoa. Yeah. That's why the imaginary belt. The imaginary belt. Good. Okay, my final exercise is this. I think it will be cool. Okay, my final exercise is this. Side to side motion. You know, I just recently discharged someone working on her balance. She wants to get back to Zumba classes. Okay, and so that's a lot of side to side movement.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dancing, right? Yeah. Again, the 1, 2, 3, 4. She thought she would have to do this through her spine. I said that's not a good thing for her spine. She also has a device to replace a disc. So we had to get rid of that, or it has to be much more controlled so it doesn't break apart her surgery. Again, the 1, 2, 3, 4. She feels stronger with that. Okay. And then she's learning to move more from the hip and leg. But notice my alignment. No. Wow. See how my weight goes to the inside where my foot isn't? I want my weight to go into my foot. So my leg supports me. My knee muscles support me. And so this is my last exercise, dear friends. My N3PTers. We teach this at this clinic. We don't want that. We don't want the arch to drop in because the knee will drop in. Okay, and think of it as a long imaginary belt. See the line, the alignment, the weight-bearing alignment. This will tear up the knee, and it turns off muscle. My hip muscles are turning off. Imagine that belt. Good. Now remember, only so that you get the alignment, the line, the weight-bearing line. If you go too far, more is better. If you go too far, now your alignment is going to the outside of your foot, and that won't be good either. Whoops. I'm exaggerating, but you get the idea. You want the weight bearing, feel it, to go straight down into the foot throughout the whole action. Now I'm pushing straight down into the foot without it giving in. Huh? Yeah. Of course, I'm paying attention to this. That's why I'm glad we only have 2 knees. Yes. Okay. So now Zumba. If they ask you to turn, like if they want you to reach, you turn so that the knee does not turn in instead of the foot. You want your foot to turn with your knee. Again, from the hip, if you're going to turn. It all stays in alignment. You're practicing the 1, 2, 3, 4. It adds to the balance. It adds to the efficiency of the movement. And this is the last exercise, side to side movement. Working the knee muscles in this movement. See the weight bearing line? Yes. It's like this for ice skating. No. Yes. No. Yes. Okay. It's like this for skiing. Keeping that alignment, even for skiing to edge. Okay? All for in service of your body working to get stronger and balance. Your legs support you in the proper alignment so they work more efficiently and they don't give in. Again, we don't want to go too far out because that'll take us too far out. Oh. We want to go for the middle. Thank you.
Thank you. See you next week.
See you next time. Thank you, Byron.
Mhm.